Welcome to Westfield High School, everybody, for the final regular season game for both the Westfield Lady Blue Devils and the Governor Livingston Highlanders. Michael Leonard alongside Alex Kingsley. And Alex, Westfield coming off a tough loss to Patrick School in the second round of the county tournament Friday night. But the state tournament starting up Tuesday against Milburn. What do you think they got to do today to get off to a good start?
I really think that they have to get on fire with the shooting. Westfield usually does well on the shooting shooting near the perimeter. So if they get a hard start, they'll be able to keep that. They'll be able to keep it through the game.
One final tune-up for both these teams before they enter their state tournament. Westfield, the 10 seed in the Group 4 North 2, taking on Milburn. GL, the 13 seed in the Group 3 Section 2 state tournament, where they will play Chatham Monday at 5. Starting today for the Westfield Blue Devils, junior Shannon Devitt, sophomore Grace Elliott, senior Molly Montez, senior Maria Nemeth, and sophomore Molly Ryan. Westfield in white, GL in blue. As we are underway in Westfield, Ryan able to find Rinaldi, and there's a jump shot Maria Nemeth can't hit, as it'll be a jump ball. Possession error goes to the Highlanders.
Coming into this game, Blue Devils are 8-14, 1-7 in conference play, and Highlanders 12-12 and 6-4 in conference play.
Lindsay Gerardo is going to go to the line for 2. The foul is on Amalia Montez, her first of the game. And for the Highlanders, Lindsay Gerardo has been the best player all year long, averaging 13.5 points per game, along with 5 boards. She's able to sink the free throw. And able to knock down both as GL takes a 2-point lead 20 seconds into this ball game.
Yeah, and back to go to Lindsay. You know, I think just girls overall, they lack in size, and I think her being one of the taller, stockier girls, being able to crash the boards and get off layups for rebounds.
Danielle Rinaldi had an easy layup there off the reverse, but then Westfield got a steal and missed it. Other end, Shannon Devitt got a piece of that one, but the Highlanders retained possession. And Alex mentioned Westfield being 8-14. It was expected they were going to have a down year with the departure of Jackie Knapp, Lillian Scott, 2 of the best players in Westfield's high school history. As Molly Ryan gets on the floor for a loose ball, which will be another jump ball this time, the Blue Devils get it. Actually, it's actually Highlanders ball. The first play was a foul. Looks like a jump ball. Anyway, Westfield in his zone D as the Highlanders almost lose it. Instead, Bostwick gives up in the corner. Another loose ball. That time it'll be a jump ball, and it will be Westfield ball. Amalia Montez getting her hands on the play in that time.
You know, as I was saying before, Westfield getting off of a quick start, especially from that steal, even though they connect in the layup. I think they have to continue to play really high-tempo defense to be able to bring the ball back to put up points.
Maria Nemeth, the senior, getting the start today. As Molly Ryan comes off the screen, can't hit the jump shot, but Devitt there for the rebound and the easy 2.
She did a very good job of staying with it and fighting for that offensive rebound. Did so with the putback. Yeah, and Shannon Devitt has been a tear as of late, averaging 15 points and 9 boards in her last 9 games. She put up 5 consecutive double-doubles during that span, and she's really just been on fire this late half of the season.
And there's a 3 from Amanda Bostwick, the senior. Hits it to give GL a 1-point lead with 6 minutes left in the first quarter. Molly Ryan, the sophomore, been a huge bright spot for this very young Westfield team. And there's Maria Nemeth, the senior, able to get the floater on the left side.
Yeah, I think Governor Livingston defense needs to get the tempo up a little higher in that one. Brittany basically walked around the perimeter and was just able to get to the baseline, put up the layup.
There's a foul on the floor. Westfield fans want to walk. Instead, it's going to be a foul on Danielle Rinaldi, her first of the game. GL able to get it inside, but the layup no good. Alex, we saw this against girls game I did against Cranford. Numerous amounts of jump balls. It's probably the fourth one, just 2.5 minutes into this ball game.
Yeah, both of these teams doing as much as they can to try and get the ball back in their offensive end, and it's good to see that both of them are trying to do exactly what is needed to be.
And another foul call, this one on Rachel Siegel. Her first of the game as well. So here's Molly Ryan as Westfield swings it around. Looking inside, Devitt. She's got an open Montez. Instead, she puts it up, no good. It'll be Highlanders' ball.
Ryan, a nice pass inside to give it to Shannon Devin in the inside paint because we know she's been a dominant player as we said, last 9 games. So good decision, but just she couldn't connect that time.
Still be GL ball underneath after the deflection. And talking about Molly Ryan, she's the cousin of Jackie Knapp, who's third all-time in scoring at 1,370 career points, just graduated last year. And Westfield, Alex, they really lost a lot of talent.
Yeah, that was a really big hit. And also, like you said before, Lillian Scott as well. Both really key factors. Like you said, probably top 2 players ever. And they played together. So just a dominant, dynamic duo, which is a really big hit for this Westfield team as they relied on them most of the time last year.
As GL go to free throw line, it's Lindsay DeStaso. And for GL, they have their own dynamic duo with the Lindsays, Gerardo and DeStaso. As she hits the free throw, Gerardo's averaging 14 points, 5 boards, DeStaso at 10 points and 5 boards. And most of the scoring comes from those 2 players.
Yeah, they're both very athletic basketball players. And they do so on different ends of the floor. Gerardo's the bigger one, and DeStaso is the one at the point guard, dribbling moves and nice shots.
They both made all their free throws so far today. GL up 1 Nemeth. Driving, picks up her dribble. Risky bounce pass. As Ryan gives it up, Shannon Devitt wide open at the free throw line. A little too strong on the shot, but Rinaldi gets her hand in there for the deflection.
Westfield appears to be back in their press defense, which we know has worked in the past, but didn't necessarily work this time.
And there's a drive bucket good. Lindsay Gerardo, she's got 4 points, and she surpassed 600 with that free throw she hit earlier today.
Yeah, and 600 is a lot of points, and I can already tell that she's going to be one of the forces that Westfield's going to have a very hard time defending inside, even with Shannon Devin and how tall she is, maybe be able to block. It's going to be very hard to defend her and box her out to get rebounds on offensive and defensive end.
Ryan missed a 3 as Boswick's going to bring it up. Jumper is short as Devitt collects another rebound. Under 4 to play in the first with Westfield trailing 9-6. Maleo into the game for the first time. Can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, she had a nice drive inside, be able to step up and get to the rim, but wasn't able to put the ball in that time.
She's only a sophomore. We talked about this team being so young. As GL's going to drive baseline, Devitt there for the steal. As Rinaldi looking for Ryan on the fast break, a little too far out in front.
Yeah, a little too powerful in that one, but it's good to see that Westfield is pushing the ball for the nice fast breaks.
Ball is definitely in reach. As Westfield's going to press, GL able to break it though. Nice pass inside. Tough shot is good. Gerardo, she's got 6.
At that time, I think she was triple teamed, Even with 3 players, she's going to put the ball in. So she's going to be an extremely hard force to defend.
Maleo inside, working against the zone, and it falls for her.
Yeah, Maleo had a nice drive. There was a lot of contact in that one, probably looking for the foul. But she got the lucky bounce off that one.
Rinaldi almost had a steal, but it'll be a backcourt violation for the Highlanders. Westfield ball. Ryan will call out a play. Another sophomore, Grace Elliott, was on the team last year as a freshman. She's averaging 6 points a game, but that'll be a travel. We're seeing a lot of sloppy basketball so far in this first quarter. Numerous amounts of travels and jump balls, Alex.
Yeah, and a turnover like that as well. Both teams have to get their mindset on what they're going to do on offense. They can't keep just putting their head down and settling with the jump balls. They gotta push the force on both ends.
And Lindsay Gerardo is having herself a game. She's got 8 points already in this first quarter. There's Rinaldi. Corner 3 is off as GL will push.
And to continue from the point before, lots of air balls in this game. That's got to change.
And another steal. There'll be a foul on GL. Shannon Devitt doing everything so far, Alex.
Yeah, she's been like on Gerardo's on the other team. Shannon Devon is the equal force on Westfield's side. She's got that height, not as big as Gerardo is, but she's got that height that Gerardo has, and she's able to crash. Like we said before, she's been really dominant this late end of the year.
It's another jump ball, and as Shannon Devitt's going to take a quick break here, as Lauren Scrow, another sophomore, into the game for Westfield.
Yeah, sophomore, Mike. Like we were talking about before, very young team and bright future ahead of them. With many players, like you said, sophomores getting good experience.
That pass was tipped. It's still GL ball underneath. Shannon Devitt, by the way, getting checked out by the trainer. Looks like a finger injury or a hand on her right hand. Can't really tell from here. But Lindsay Gerardo now has 10 points. As the Highlanders are out in front, 15-8, a minute left. There's a sophomore Scrow. Gives up, but Molly Ryan called for the walk, shuffled her feet.
Yeah, that's the second turn. Second travel. We've seen this Westfield team in the first quarter. That's something they have to work on in practice.
That pass hit by Ryan Elliott, coast to coast. Lays the right-handed layup in to cut the deficit of 5.
And Westfield going to go back to their press, continue the high-tempo defense that they've had.
GL on the other side. They're going to call it an offensive foul on Amanda Bostwick.
Yeah,
Nice.
Lauren Scrow did a really nice job of sliding in there to go for the charge. When they take one for the team to bring it Westfield on offense.
Now the Highlanders are going to press, but Westfield's backcourt able to break it with ease. But that pass is stolen by Gerardo. 25 seconds left in the first. Gerardo with her back to the basket. Turnaround. Short Scrow the board.
I think that was her first missed shot of the quarter. I'm sorry, with already 10 points. She's having herself a game.
10 seconds left. Rinaldi, floater, got fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. With 6 seconds left, GL up by 5. Rinaldi averaging 4 points per game. But Alex, the first girls game I got to call, she was on fire. I believe she had 16 points in that one as she misses the first free throw there.
Yeah, we've seen everywhere. When you get hot, you continue to get hot, and it's pretty hard to get in a cold streak in a sense. So once you have that shot down, it's hard to get out of it.
She's able to make the second free throw. Clock winding down. Nice defensive play for Molly Ryan as she hits it out of bounds with .1/10 of a second remaining. As time expires, the Highlanders 12-12 lead the Westfield Blue Devils 15-11 at the end of one. Pretty surprising. Thought Westfield would come out a little stronger, Alex.
Yeah, I thought so too. And plus, it also combines with the factor about both teams are playing pretty sloppy, including Westfield especially, with at least 3 turnovers just in that first quarter. They really have to get their act together to be able to get this lead back in this game.
Yeah, we saw Westfield getting a little bit of momentum the past week or so. They beat St. Mary's in the first round of the county tournament on this court. Then they go neutral site against ALJ. It was Friday night. Tough loss to the Patrick School, but they really put up a fight in that one. Only lost by 16 against St. Pat's team that's really talented. And coming up on Tuesday at 5 at Milburn High School, the Westfield Blue Devils will play the 10. They're the 10 seed. They'll play the 7 seed Milburn. And if they lose that one, the season comes to an end. So it's likely the last home game for Westfield, being the 10 seed in the state tournament. And for GL, they're going to be a heavy underdog going up against Chatham in the first round of the state tournament on Monday. So Westfield down 4. Ryan hands it off to Elliott. Highlanders still in the man D.
Yeah, it's appeared to work for them the first quarter.
And there's a jumper from Jen Iorio. As GL able to break the press, an easy layup for Rachel Siegel, the senior.
Yeah, Rachel, that was really good court vision, looking up and not just putting her head down, dribbling back to slow tempo up. She noticed the player on the other end for the open layup, pass it, had the nice smooth stroke to put it in.
Shannon Devitt back in the game after she had that hand injury. It looked like Elliott driving baseline hit the side of the backboard. Refs will discuss it, and it'll be GL ball. Westfield's trying to say it was tipped, but instead, Jen Iorio almost got the steal, stepped out of bounds. And interesting, on the other end of the court, Lindsay Gerardo is not guarding Shannon Devitt, Westfield's big man. Blue Devils in the zone. And a corner 3 is off, but GL able to get an offensive rebound and a 3 from Bostwick as she drills it.
Yeah, that was a laser beam right from the three-point line to swish it in. There was no question that ball wasn't going in once it left our hands.
Be interesting to see if Westfield switches to a man D as Molly Ryan can't connect on the 3 ball. Elliott tries to save it, but GL gets it, and they continue to break this press. Cross-court pass, Ryan got a piece of it. Instead, mid-range jumper is off.
Shan Evans could get another rebound with that one too.
There's the senior co-captain, Amalia Montez, gets her own rebound and puts it in.
We've seen it before, especially with Shannon Devitt. Staying with it, trying to get the rebound off her miss, and getting it and relieving herself from getting the nice layup.
Montez almost got another steal. Mentioned she's the senior co-captain. The other captain, senior Olivia Luzzi, would have been the best player on this Westfield team, but is out for this season. Hasn't played a single second due to a herniated disc, and really a shame for her being a senior. That shot no good. Foul on the floor on the Highlanders. With 5:51 to go, GL leads it 20-15 in the final regular season game for both these teams. Elliott comes off the screen. Mid-range shot for Montez as she drills it.
Nice shot. Way to set her feet and line herself up to the basket and put the nice, beautiful smooth stroke in.
Amanda Bostwick has also had a really nice game for the Highlanders as she just blew by the Westfield defenders for the layup on the last play.
Yeah, it seems that these Highlanders not just have a dynamic duo, but really a big three, adding Bostic in there. All three of them, Bostic, Gerardo, and DeStasto, really having a really good game.
Westfield turns it over again. Under 5 to play in the second. Sophomore Ryan on the ball. Rachel Siegel in the corner.
Westfield's going to switch to their man defense.
Good defense. They double teamed the ball in the corner.
Yeah, they tried to trap it down low in the block to prevent an outside pass and force a turnover, but didn't work that time.
Lindsay DeStaso is going to come out for the Highlanders as they get in. Boswick 3 off the inbounds pass is no good. Montez gets the board. Nice pass from Iorio. Another nice pass from Ryan as Shannon Devitt lays it in.
Even though Iorio had the nice cross-court pass, Molly Ryan was able to get a nice, really crisp pass inside to Shannon Devitt for the open layup.
So here's GL. Julia Coyle gives up. Boswick, nice pump fake. Driving baseline. Grace Elliott there for the interception. As she brings up down 3. Ryan able to find her inside. Gives it up. Montez got hit from behind. No foul called. And Ioria stepped on the line as she went to retrieve that ball.
Yeah, even though that was probably the first turnover of the score so far, Westfield's playing a lot better than the Highlanders this quarter. Even though they've really only cut the lead from the first quarter from 5 points to 3 points. They seem to play a lot better basketball and learn from their mistakes and the turnovers they made from the first quarter.
Another deflection for Westfield. That one went off the foot of Grace Elliott. Now it should be a pretty good ball game, especially in the second half. It's been close throughout.
Yeah, we should see a close game. We should see a close game by the end of the fourth quarter as well, like you said.
Siegel gives up in the corner, looking for Gerardo, but that one got deflected and stolen. Ioria doesn't have any numbers as Rinaldi will pull it out. Elliott for 3, but goes over the backboard. Blue Devils have struggled shooting from the perimeter today, Alex.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they made a single 3 so far. Usually, sometimes they get on fire with the 3 ball, but it's not working for them today.
GL continues to break the pressure. Blue Devil press has been almost non-existent in this first half. There's Gerardo, turnaround, tough shot, and she now has 12 points.
She is she has half her team's points, period. That's all that has to be said. She's so dominant. She's only missed 1 shot. It's unbelievable.
There's Devitt, free throw line jumper, no. Nice rebound from Julia Coyle, the senior. Compared to Westfield, the team that has 4 out of 10 sophomores, the 9 out of 10 Highlanders players are upperclassmen. And we also should mention for the Highlanders, their 4th leading scorer, senior Lauren Serrano, is hurt and will not play today. You can see her on the far sideline with her right leg up as Montez finds Devin. Nice pump fake as she drives in, but can't finish the layup.
She had an awesome pump fake. Faked the D out and had a beautiful open lane to the basket, but just couldn't connect on that one.
Boswick at the top of the key. She'll chuck up a 3. Didn't really set herself on that one, Alex.
Yeah, it was more like a pass and shoot type deal right there, and wasn't really able to set her feet and hit the far side of the rim.
Under 2 to go in the second. Westfield down 5. Trying to get some momentum to end out this first half. As Elliott finds Montez. Deep 2 is short, but there's Shannon Devitt. Gets the rebound, and we have a foul on GL. On Rachel Siegel.
A little bit of a scuffle there, Mike.
Ryan and Nemeth will check in for Westfield as Iorio and Elliott check out. Westfield call play. There's Devitt, mid-range jumper. She hasn't found her touch today, Alex.
Yeah, I don't think really anyone has. I think they're all shooting a bit cold today, even the layups as well. So
Here's
I think Westfield wants to come back. They gotta get hot.
Bostwick missed the jumper. Nemeth gets the rebound, and another foul called on GL. That is the 17th foul, which means Marie Nemeth will shoot a 1-1 at the other end. And talking about Shannon not finding her touch today, she's been averaging 15 points, 9 boards in her last 9 games, and she had 5 consecutive double-doubles up until their last game against Patrick School.
Well, I think she's having just a tough time dealing with the GL's Lindsay Gerardo. She's having a monster game herself, and I mean, she's going to have a really tough time defending her, but worrying about her on offense, that's a whole nother story.
And it couldn't have been easy against Patrick School. You can only imagine the height the Lady Celtics have, because they recruit from all over the country.
Yeah, we're dealing with only public schools here, but private schools, different. That's different.
There's a foul in Westfield as GL is going to take it underneath. 15 foul on the Blue Devils. 57 seconds left in the second quarter. Inside, Gerardo kicks it out. Coyle in the corner, taking her time, and Molly Ryan set a bunch of steals today. Nemeth, other end, but Bostwick able to stick her right hand in there for the deflection. Rinaldi will take it out of bounds. Underneath, finds Montez as she will go to the line. Foul called on Lindsay Gerardo. Montez averaging 8 points per game and 6 boards. Senior co-captain, definitely one of the leaders. As she sinks the first free throw. Sophomore Lawrence Crow will check in at the next dead ball. For the shooter, Amalia Montez, as she hits both free throws, cutting it to a 3-point ball game with 40 seconds to go. Now, I think if Westfield could limit Gerardo in the second half, they got a good shot to win this game, but they got to stop fouling. That's a 16 foul.
Well, Mike, I mean, we know she's got half of her team's points, so if you eliminate her from the picture, I mean, they would be winning by what, 8? I'm sorry. Yeah, 8. No, 7. I'm sorry.
And there's Gerardo. The elbow jumper is good.
She now has more than half of her points. So, like I just said, eliminating her is the key.
Under 20 seconds to go, Rinaldi thinking about the deep three, instead finds Nemeth. Clock at 10. Ryan short on the 3 ball. Chased out of bounds by the Highlanders, but then they turn it over with 7 seconds to go in the second quarter. Westfield down 5. Nemeth will take it out underneath. Westfield sets up a stack. Clock at 5. Ryan it's looking for Devitt, instead stolen. As the first half comes to him with the Governor Livingston Highlanders leading it 26-21.
Yeah, and I think the main reason why they're winning here is, like we were saying before, is Lindsay Gerardo. She is the force and the fire of this team. You know, not even anyone on the Westfield side or the GL side has really stepped up and had a big game as much as she has. She's really the reason why they're winning this game, and I think Westfield's key in winning this game is, like I said before, eliminating her. And plus, Westfield also, they're playing a little scrappy basketball on both ends of the court. They need to stop those turnovers and force fast breaks off Governor Livingston turnovers that they can do on defense.
Now we'll see if Westfield will be able to hit some threes. I believe they did not hit the 3-point ball in that entire first half.
Yeah, that is one thing that if they can connect with, this game is going to be blown out of the water for Westfield. So eliminating Gerardo and trying to get back on the 3-pointers are the keys for them to win this game.
Blue Devils trying to avoid losing 6 out of their last 7, trailing by 5 here at home in the last regular season game. Michael Leonard and Alex Kingsley will have the second half for you coming right up. Welcome back to Westfield High School, everybody, where the Blue Devils trail it by 5, 26-21 your score with 8 minutes, third quarter about to start. Final regular season game for both teams. Now Westfield's got to stop Lindsay Gerardo, 14 points, a game high in that first half.
Yeah, she's been an unstoppable freight train. It points, rebounds, boxing out on basically all ends of the court.
We'll see if Westfield could pick up their shooting. Definitely struggled from the field in the first half. They come out in the 2-3 zone, it looks like. GL gives up in the corner. DeStaso, cross-court pass. A little dangerous, able to find Bostwick.
Looks like Westfield's going to go back to that 2-1-2 zone.
Here's Bostwick, little drive and kick. Staso gives it up. Bostwick, another driving kick.
Highlanders almost lost on that one. Westfield coming out, almost forcing a turnover, which is good to see.
Highlanders moving around very slowly, and they just completely turn it over. Terrible pass.
And as Westfield would hoped, Westfield will force a turnover. And that was a lot of ball movement. I'm not sure what the Highlanders were trying to do on that play.
Play took 55 seconds, but in the end, the result is a turnover. The Highlanders continue their man D. Ryan. Nice pass from Rinaldi inside. Devitt back to the basket, but the turnaround is off.
I mean, Lindsay Garrado's, she's even a good defender. So and she hasn't shown any weaknesses yet. So it's interesting to see how the rest of this game is going to turn out for her.
For the Blue Devils, that scoring, 21 points, was pretty balanced. Leading scorer was Amalia Montez with 6. Shan Devitt had 4. But other than that, basically everyone getting a bucket or so. We'll see if anybody could step up in this second half. There's Gerardo, tough shot, and she gets the roll to go, make it 16.
The fadeaway and the contact, she puts it in. And even though it was sort of a lucky bounce off the rim, she was still able to put it in. And I think still in this game, she has only missed one shot. One shot. That's extraordinary.
Shot from Devitt was off, and GL gets the rebound. Pushing it is Rachel Siegel. They have a wide open man inside, but she can't hit the layup. It was Lara Romano.
Malia Montez provided the defense that was left down low, even though pretty open originally.
There's a 3 from Ryan. She can't hit as GL gets the rebound, but they turn it over off the inbound pass. The outlet pass, excuse me.
So far, the Highlanders have struggled on offense, even though it's the front court or the back court, and that needs to improve if they're going to sustain this lead.
7-point game right now in favor of Governor Livingston. Rinaldi in the corner gives it up. Nice pass, Shannon Devitt.
You know, Molly Ryan has definitely contributed on the assist part of this game. Even though she hasn't done very well in the shooting part, been cold from 3, she's definitely having some of the passes that are really nice.
Is off. Shannon Devitt gets a big block right there. Montez gives it up. Ryan. Rinaldi contested 3. Can't get the roll. But Amalia Montez the offensive board again, though. As GL able to get the board, it was Lindsay DeStaso. Inside. Loose jump ball. Shannon Devitt and Lindsay Gerardo. Tangling for that one, it'll be Westfield ball as Marie Nemeth will check out, receives a nice ovation. In comes Grace Elliott for the Blue Devils. With 4:30 left in the third, GL up 28-23. Ryan gives up inside, nice pass. Devitt able to get the roll on the layup, cuts it to a 3-point ball game.
That was a really nice move, Shannon Devitt, on that play. Able to drive to the hole and put it in. That was a really nice play.
And GL going to come back on the other side and turn it over as Laura Romano just went out of bounds on that play. 4 minutes left in the third. Elliott gets the floater to go.
This is Highlanders' defense has also been sleeping a little bit. Westfield is coming back on the offensive end, pushing it.
All of a sudden, it's a 1-point game, and GL turns it over again. Head coach Vin Golbin will call a timeout for the Highlanders as they definitely need to talk things over.
Oh, yeah, they definitely. It looks like they're sleeping out there on defense and offense. They're doing a really bad job of just getting it back into the front court. So this Highlanders team really needs to wake up in a sense and be able to extend this lead if they want to win this game, because as we can see, Westfield coming out of the gates can go on runs, get hot and cold, easy. Doesn't matter when it is or how it is, but it happens.
3:51 left in the third quarter. GL up by 1. Westfield trying to cool down Lindsey Gerardo, who's got 16, surpassed 600 points earlier in this game. Mentioned GL going to take on Chatham on Monday in the first round of the Group 3 Section 2 tournament. Westfield plays Tuesday in the Group 4 North 2 state tournament against Milburn. Both teams are on the road for that game. Westfield off to a very hot start in the second half.
Yeah, they've definitely woken up in a sense, as Westfield has, and Highlanders have fallen asleep. The energy has definitely changed, and even on GL, Gerardo not really doing so well so far. They definitely bring back the energy to Westfield.
They're on a 6-2 run here in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter. And GL continuing to turn the ball over. We'll see if Westfield can make them pay for their mistakes. As Rinaldi comes off the screen from Montez. Ryan gives it inside. Good ball movement. Elliott, pump fake, gets stolen. Bostwick, other end. Great defensive play from Molly Ryan coming in from behind. Getting her hand in there to stop, the layup.
Yeah, Molly Ryan was able to stop the ball where it was, and so Bostwick couldn't bring it up because it had already been blocked out of her hands by Molly Ryan.
Well-designed inbounds play as Bostwick got the ball back after passing it. Another jump ball. Rinaldi was at the bottom of that one, but it'll be a Highlander ball with 3:15 left in the third. Taking a while to pass it in. They're able to as Bostwick gets it again. Siegel, elbow jumper, can't connect as Rinaldi gets the rebound. She'll push with 3 left in the third. Little drive and kick. Ryan off the screen, set by Montez. Give and go. Ryan had it stripped from her. Still Westfield ball underneath.
It's a lot of contact in that one. I think Ryan, her arm got tugged. It was a pretty bad no call, but Westfield will keep the ball.
Get it in to Montez. Deep 3 from Rinaldi. She can't hit it. GL gets the rebound, but double teamed. And it'll be a jump ball. Great defense from Shannon Devin and Grace Elliott.
Yeah, even though GL got it back, she did a nice job of trying to stay with it so they could keep the ball in their end. But as we've seen before, another jump ball.
Siegel turns it over. Montez with the steal that time. Elliott driving. on the right sideline, but she gets double teamed and loses it. But right back, the Highlanders turn it over. Very sloppy basketball, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, I think the ball has stayed on Westfield's front court for the past 2 minutes. I mean, the Highlanders aren't doing a very good job bringing it back on the offensive end. Not even bring it back half court to go on offense, which is a problem.
Came out for Westfield as Molly Ryan short on that deep three. Jen Ioria into the game, and she gets a big offensive rebound with 2:05 left in the third. Ryan looking for Montez, but great defensive play from Gerardo coming out from the weak side.
Yeah, able to knock the ball out of her hands as the pass came in. Deflected out of bounds, but it stays here.
Montez able to go to the basketball. Ryan at the top of the key gives it up. Westfield only trailing by 1. They're down 6 at half. 3 from Molly Ryan. She can't hit. Westfield yet to make a three-pointer in this ballgame.
I think she's missed about 8 or 9 threes, which is a pretty good reason why they're down by 1 in this game so far.
Great breaking the press there from the Highlanders as Gerardo now is 18.
She's just on fire. She's having an unbelievable game for the Highlanders, and definitely will be the MVP of this game if they win.
Risky pass, Elliott able to get it. Westfield looking for some momentum. Ioria. As we had a loose ball there. Boswick came charging in. It was GL ball. And they hit the deep 2 on that play. Sorry for that break of pause there. Loose ball, and she came running into us. 5-point game. Anyway, GL up 32-27, minute to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, the Highlanders team a little bit there, caught a spark a little bit there with the fast break points, the cross-court passes, but Westfield really still has a lot of things that they are doing that have to improve. They want to win this game. They still have to hit those 3-point shots, even though we don't think they've hit one this game. And they also still haven't found a way, but they need to find a way to stop Gerardo. She's like we said before, unstoppable on all ends of the floor. I'm sorry.
Minute to go in the third round. Will bring it up for the Blue Devils. She dribbles it out. Again, double team. She had Devitt open for a split second, but instead she gets called for the double dribble. 45 seconds to go. Coach Goldman telling his team to hold for 1. They pick up their dribble. Gerardo, there's Boswick. Pull-up jumper is off. Iorio gets the board, and she'll push with 30 left in the third. Driving, that pass gets stolen. Other end, it's DeStaso, and she lays it in.
That's the first glance we've seen at her so far in the third quarter. See for the Highlanders.
Not so much for the Blue Devils, down 7, 10 seconds now. Ryan working, nice move. The scoop with the right hand falls. Westfield down 5 at the end of the third quarter. GL up 34-29. Fourth quarter coming up right here on BDTV. So fourth quarter about to start here at Westfield High School. Michael Lenner alongside Alex Kingsley. Westfield been trailing for basically all this game. Down 5 right now. They were able to cut it to 1 in that third. We'll see what they could do in potentially their second to last game this season. Rinaldi got a good look at a 3, but she couldn't hit. Another jump ball. This one goes to the Highlanders.
Both Shannon Devitt and Lindsay Gerardo continue to fight for the ball. That's got to be the 4th or 5th jump ball they've had by themselves. Good to show how much both players really want to get ball back and win.
Siegel is looking for Gerardo inside. They get a foul. Fans not happy with that one. It's the first foul of the entire second half. Couldn't tell who was called on. 7.5 to go. Siegel gives up to Staso. Nice pump fake. Open 3, but GL will pass. Romano gives up to Boswick, who's really been the facilitator all night long for the Highlanders. They're trying to waste some clock, it looks like. Boswick gives up inside. Nice ball movement.
Yeah, she's definitely been almost the passing general so far in this game. She's had probably the most assists on her team and producing points off the assists.
DeStaso couldn't hit the jumper. There's a 3 from Ryan. Can't get the roll. 6:45 to go. Nice save from Grace Elliott. But Westfield turned it over. But then GL stepped on the line to give it back right back to Westfield. They get into Elliott, the sophomore, averaging 6 points per game. Molly Ryan been pretty quiet today. She's averaging 9 points per game. I believe her only basket was that layup at the end of the third. As she was looking for Elliott, went off her fingertips, it'll be GL ball.
It was a bit of a miscommunication between Ryan and Grace Elliott. But both these players, I have a feeling, come senior year, they're going to be a dynamic duo. Both of them are extremely good ball handlers, and both shoot the ball pretty well.
That's been the story all day. Westfield turns it over, and GL gives it right back to them. Both teams got to work on their passing and playing against the pressure. We'll call doubles with 6 minutes to go. Montez has an open Rinaldi. But they work it back around. Tough shot for Shannon Devitt. Be an air ball. Be Westfield ball, though. Last touch by the Highlanders. GL is coming off an 8-point win over Oak Knoll on Tuesday. Westfield also lost on Tuesday to Roselle Catholic, 49-33. That's another turnover, that time of travel.
Yeah, the Westfield team have definitely had a lot of ugly mistakes that they need to brush up on in practice. They need, especially coming into the state tournament pretty soon, if they want to survive and advance, they definitely have to improve on most of the mistakes they made this game.
GL continues to turn it over. Maybe that's the reason why these teams are both double-digit seeds in their respective state tournaments. Molly Ryan off the pass, and she hits the 3. That's a big one. Cuts it to a 2-point ball game and gives her some nice confidence.
Yeah, I mean, that was really – they really need that one. That's going to boost their confidence. As you can hear, this place is starting to get a little – it's starting to get a little loud. Fans getting into it, and it's going to really motivate them to put more points on the board and hopefully even win this game.
Yeah, crowd's been much more quieter than a boys' game. But now with Westfield down 2, as Molly Ryan gets the steal all by herself, she'll wisely pull it out. Great decision by the sophomore. Rinaldi couldn't hit the 3. Gerardo gets the Offensive rebound. She'll push. Able to give it up to DeStaso, who brings it back out to Boswick with 4.5 remaining in the fourth. Don't go anywhere. We got a good finish coming up.
Yeah, I mean, as we predicted early in the first quarter of this game, we knew both these teams were almost the same in skill and caliber-wise.
And they get a backcourt call on Lindsay Boswick. Excuse me, Amanda Boswick. GL fans wanted a foul. Instead, it's another turnover for the Highlanders. Two-point game. Westfield able to tie it or take the lead on this possession. Elliott working. 4 minutes to go, and nice crossover, but she can't finish the layup. The ankle breaker, they call it. 3:50 to go. GL slowly moving the ball around, taking their time. Up by 2.
We saw this at the end of the third quarter. They were doing it for a good minute or so.
And that's a pretty looking shot for Lindsay Girardo. Make it 20 for the junior.
She's had, like we've said it before, and I'll repeat myself again, she's had an unbelievable game. This is a game to remember for her and this team.
Getting a little testy between Molly Ryan and the Highlanders. It's a jump ball as they were wrestling on the ground. Still Westfield ball, though, as they have the possession arrow. Interesting note on the scoreboard, only 1 foul this entire second half. I expect to see a lot more in this final 3 minutes, though.
Yeah, this game could get a little more dirty, so.
Elliott, and there we see a foul on the Highlanders. So Elliott will take it out underneath. 3 minutes to go. Westfield down 4. Looking for a big play. Montez gives it up. Devitt, nice steal from behind by Rachel Siegel. Big possession here for both teams. Devitt with a nice deflection, but GL gets it. Boswick gives it up.
GL's going to start.
We'll call a timeout. Coach Vin Golban with GL leading 36-32. 2.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Final regular season game for both teams. And can the Highlanders hold on? That's the question, Alex.
Yeah, even though both teams have really just been scraping by to get 32 and 36 points, both of them want to win this final regular season game. And I think that so far the Highlanders, as you can see with the score, that they've slightly edged Westfield out. But this game could really go either way. We've seen Westfield come back to make it a 1-point deficit, 27-28 the second half. I'm sorry, in the third quarter. So who knows what's going to happen in the final seconds of this game.
It was a 5-point game at the end of the first half. 4-point game now. Blue Devils were able to hit their first 3 just a few minutes ago with Molly Ryan. And we've seen them play great defense all game long.
Yeah, the only issue they had was with Girardo. Otherwise, like you just said, they've been forcing turnovers. In the beginning, they didn't do so well, but towards the end, when they were pressing, they did a nice job of forcing a GL to commit the turnovers. So, like we're saying all game, the Girardo is the key. So, there's 2:29 is a lot of time. There's plenty of room for improvement for this team.
So 2.5 minutes left in the final quarter. GL will take it out. Boswick, ball in her hands. That's definitely who the Highlanders want it. Elbow jumper is off. Danielle Rinaldi, the board. Westfield needs a bucket here because on the other end, GL is just going to hold on to that thing. 2 minutes to go. Ryan, for 3 was short. Rinaldi fell on that play. Highlanders ball. Westfield's got to press. We'll see if they foul. Minute 50 to go. Nice deflection from Ryan, but at this stage of the game, deflections, aren't going to do much for you.
Westfield has to take advantage of the inbound pass, knowing that they are passing in, but on an inbound pass like that, they really got to take advantage of it.
And there's Grace Elliott, gets the steal. 2-on-2. She gets fouled. Foul is on the floor, I believe. It'll be a shooting foul. So 2 shots for Grace Elliott. These are big ones, Alex.
Yeah, these are critical. Put them into a one-possession game. Even one will put them into a one-possession game, but 2 are key.
She's able to hit the first. Cuts it to a 3-point ball game. Minute and a half left here at Westfield.
This game, like we were saying before, is definitely going to come down to the wire. We just have to see what happens.
Elliott couldn't hit the second, but Montez chases it. Ryan comes away with it. Big possession. Montez fell down. GL gets it. And it's a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Highlanders. And now with a minute 24, you got to think they're going to foul. Elliott almost came away with another steal. Instead, Boswick trying to break the press, which she does. Clock beginning to become a major factor. Westfield only has 1 team foul. That's a problem. Finally, Elliott will commit the foul. Second team foul now in Westfield. They trail by 3.
It's interesting to see in games like this, you don't see that there are only 2 team fouls on both teams. So both have plenty of fouls to give, to put them, and try to get steal of the inbound pass.
Nearly a 5-second call instead. Coach Goldman will call a timeout for the Highlanders with a minute 7 to go. And Alex, if you're Westfield, you got a foul, right?
Yeah, I think really fouling anyone is key here because, we haven't really seen a lot. We've only really seen Gerardo at the line. So fouling anyone is going to be a questionable call as if they're going to make it or not. But fouling is key, like I just said. With only a minute and 7 seconds left, a lot can happen.
And plus, it doesn't really matter who you foul right now because you still got to foul 5 more times before they go to the free throw line.
Yeah, but it's really rare to see something like this where both teams only have 2 team fouls with a minute left in the game. So Westfield definitely has a lot of breathing room in a sense to get a steal of the inbound pass.
See what happens. Minute 7 to go. 67 seconds. Highlanders up by 3, 36-33 your score. Westfield's got to foul 5 more times for it to be a 1-and-1. The ref stoppage of play. A little bit of water on the court. They'll clean it up. For GL, Alex, do you just let Westfield foul or you try to give some ball movement? Able to break that pressure?
Well, usually, as we've seen a few times, they've been able to sustain the ball movement for a lot longer than you would expect, but once before I can remember, late in the second half, they had a bad pass and was able to turn it over. So I remember they were able to keep it. I'm sorry, in the third quarter, they were able to keep it for a minute without forcing the turnover. So if there's only
extra long timeout for both teams, we'll see what the Highlanders drew up. Minute 7 to go. Westfield down 3. The final regular season game for both teams. They get in. Ellie gets a steal. Nice spin move, and she gets fouled. Hard foul on Boswick. Also a good one to stop the layup. They call it on the floor, though, which means Westfield will take it out underneath. 13 foul on the Highlanders.
This is most likely going to be the most important possession so far in this game. They need to put points on the board. That was the last thing they wanted to do, Mike.
The story continues. One team turns it over, and same thing on the other side. That's a very crucial turnover for Westfield. So Highlanders have the ball. Westfield got a foul right away. Unless they could get a quick steal like we saw in the last play. They nearly do. And that time it's called a backcourt violation.
Another turnover. Another turnover. So this is just giving another chance, Westfield, to tie this game up or cut the lead to only one.
50 seconds to go in the fourth. Don't necessarily need a three, but it would certainly be nice. Elliott's got the ball coming off the screen. Doesn't get better than this. Montez at deep two. She's short. Rebound. Highlanders foul called. Not exactly the best shot you could have gotten on that play because it's a deep two. You either want a three or you want a layup.
Yeah, you're really trying to go in all or nothing, Mike, at the end of this game.
Shannon Devitt able to commit the quick foul. 31 seconds left. 5 team fouls.
Westfield still has 2 more fouls to give.
Another timeout called by GL with 31.5 seconds left. Westfield down 3. As you just said, Alex, got to commit 2 more fouls to send GL to the line for a 1-1. They're doing a nice job of fouling quickly, not wasting a lot of clock.
Yeah, I mean, there was a minute left on the clock about 5 minutes ago, Mike. So I mean, as we always see at the end of games like this, clock is a lot slower than it usually is. But like we were talking before, the fouls are really in their favor for Westfield. They haven't fouled a lot. I don't think they fouled only once in the third quarter and once in the fourth, under 5 minutes, before 5 minutes. I'm sorry. So they still have 2 more fouls. They really only have 1 foul to give, which is really crucial for that inbounds pass. It's only 5 seconds. So if Westfield will be able to hold the ball in the inbounds for 5 seconds, they get the ball back.
And we've seen him show some great pressure. About 30 seconds ago, Elliott got the steal, got fouled, and then we saw a backcourt violation caused by this great defense. And that's why don't foul right away. See if maybe GL gets scared, they turn it over. But then about 2 seconds in or so, you got to foul.
Yeah.
Because time really is the biggest factor going forward.
Well, yeah, like you said, you can check if they can get an 8-second violation. They don't pass if they don't pass half court. So really anything can happen in this possession.
10-second violation in the high school level. GL taking a while to bring it in. Elliott commits the foul. It's a 6-team foul on Westfield.
This could be critical inbounds for Westfield if they want to sustain. If they want to cut this lead to 1 or tie it.
30.22 to go. And quick foul by Rinaldi. Well executed, though, by the Westfield Blue Devils with 2 fouls in less than 2 seconds. Which sends GL to the line for a 1-1. It's going to be Lindsay DeStasso, the senior. DeStasso, excuse me. 10 points a game, 5 boards. Here's a 1-1. And she's able to get the roll. Gives the Highlanders a 4-point lead.
Yeah, that was probably the most critical free throw of the game because now it brings them into 2-possession game for Westfield.
And she hits both. Those are big, big free throws. Under 30 to go. Westfield's got to push down 5. They're taking their time. And we get another foul called on Bostwick. 14 foul on GL. 23.5 to go. We'll see if they could get a good look at a 3. Instead, they give it up to Rinaldi. They got to push this one. Comes off the screen, picks up her dribble. Looking for somebody. Instead, it goes off the fingertips of Shannon Devitt. Westfield takes their time to foul. Finally, Rinaldi fouls Rachel Siegel. 9 seconds to go. Rinaldi was the only one who realized they had to foul. The others just thought this thing was over.
Yeah, a huge chunk of the clock was eaten that time.
5-point game, still a 2-possession game, as Scro checks in for Amalia Montez, the senior, playing at Westfield High School for most likely her final time at home. Westfield got to push, clock at 5. Another foul call, but looks like GL did that one on purpose with 5.2 to go. Got catch and shoot 3 ball, no dribble right here, Alex.
Yeah, they really have exactly no time to waste. Instead, they're going to keep fouling. This would actually help Westfield in the sense to stop the clock, but 4.2 seconds is not long.
Yeah, it's a strategy to foul at this stage of the game. As Siegel comes out for Nicole Forza, the senior. Clock going to wind down. It's the last possession. Elliott unable to get a shot off. She's able to hit the 3, but it was after time expired. And in the end, the Governor Living Highlanders are going to improve to 13-12 as they defeat the Westfield Blue Devils 38-33. Tough fourth quarter for Westfield, Alex.
Yeah, to be honest, the whole game was kind of scrappy for both teams, but I think in the end, Governor Livingston really should have came out on top because Lindsay Gerardo was just a freight train on all ends of the court. Rebounds, defense, shooting, offensive rebounds, doesn't even matter what happened. I think she only missed 1 shot. She was unstoppable and the major key for Governor Livingston to win this game.
She finished with a game-high 20 points and also critical free throws nailed by Lindsay DeStaso. It was a 3-point game, about 27 seconds left. She's able to hit both of a 1-and-1 to really secure the win for the Highlanders.
Yeah, Lindsay Gerardo wasn't really by herself out there. She also had DeStacio and Bostic, who also had good games, but not monster games like Gerardo did. And they were really the big 3 that were the reason why they won this game.
For Westfield, no one really stepped up. We saw Shannon Devitt had led the team in rebounds, but no one really put up a significant game in terms of scoring.
Yeah.
But anyway, the regular season ends for both schools. Westfield falls to 8-15. GL improves to 13-12. And coming up, the state tournament for both teams. Westfield in action Tuesday night at 5 o'clock, taking on Milburn away. Group 4 North 2 state tournament tip-off at 5 p.m. And for GL, they take on the 4-seed Chatham in the Group 3 Section 2 state tournament on Monday night. Westfield's lost 6 out of their last 7, and one more loss, the season will come to an end.
Yeah, I mean, Westfield has really had a really tough time all season. Definitely, like we talked about before, the big hits from Lillian Scott and Jacqueline Knapp. I don't think they were really prepared for it this season, so we'll just have to see what comes of next season.
And that's all from us from Westfield High School. Our cameraman, Harrison Bailey. Our analyst, Alex Kingsley. I'm Michael Leonard saying so long from Westfield as the Highlanders defeat the Westfield Lady Blue Devils with the final score of 38-33. Next broadcast Tuesday night as the boys basketball team will take on Bridgewater Raritan in the first round of the state tournament.